Alright, so a lot of people keep asking me about solid state drives, aka SSDs. If they're really needed, how important they are, what size should they get, what brand should they get, if they need an external or an internal. So I'm gonna give you my opinion and try to make it as simplified as I can and cover most bases, but not go super in depth. Um, so first off, do you need an SSD? No. Is an SSD going to be an extremely wise investment and probably the most beneficial thing that you can possibly spend your money on if you are going to invest your time into Black Desert? Absolutely yes. I would honestly rate an SSD more important than pets, more important than weight, more important than just about anything you would spend your money on to enjoy your Black Desert experience other than just buying the game itself. Now, a lot of people are okay, so a lot of people come to me and say they don't know if they want to open up their PlayStation or they don't know how to install an SSD, so they're just going to get an external. I've done all the benchmark testing, all the speed testing, and I've done comparisons between an external, a hybrid external, and all of that. And honestly, nothing aside from an internal solid state drive is worth spending your money on. I also do not suggest saving like $10 and buying some random, random super generic cheap SSD just to save $10. If you're going to go with an SSD and you're going to invest any money whatsoever, in my personal opinion, and through all the testing I've done, all the research I've done, the only solid state that I will personally suggest is the Samsung 860 Evo. And if you have an older model or whatever laying around, the 850s are fine. However, if you are buying one that you do not currently have, you will only save maybe $10 going in 850. The 860 is leaps and bounds better than the 850, and it is much more reliable. The 850 seems to fail sooner than the 860s do, and as far as the difference between a PlayStation Standard and a Pro, either one is going to benefit greatly from a SSD. You are going to notice a slightly better load time with a Pro. Um, by slightly better, I mean it averages about 7 to 8% better. It's not going to be substantial. It will be noticeable at some points, but it is not. Uh, it's not going to make or break. However, if you do take this game seriously, I do suggest buying a Pro. Some people will dispute that with the PlayStation 5 coming out in a year, but you can honestly, if you already have a standard PlayStation and not the Pro, standard PS4s you can be sold used for about 150 bucks, and you can get a Pro on sale with warranty for 350. Now, depending on the store that you also get your Pro at, yeah, they might have a some kind of exchange and or return policy or warranty where maybe your PlayStation just happens to break when the PlayStation 5s come out and you get store credit to buy a PlayStation 5 with. Hey, I don't know what kind of route you're going to choose, but I may or may have not chose that route. Now, as far as the solid states go, a lot of people's big concern is warranty. Will a solid state void your warranty? With a PlayStation 4 standard, the answer is yes. With a PlayStation Pro, the answer is no. And with the PlayStation Pro, you have a hard drive tray in the back. There's a little plastic clip that you just pop that clip off. It's one screw and the entire tray slides out. Now, in the PlayStation Pro, your warranty is not voided until you open the hard drive itself. Now, if you open the hard drive itself, your warranty will be voided. However, just replacing the hard drive with a separate solid state does not void your warranty whatsoever and can be done. And it's quite easy. I'll actually link a video down in my description, the one I used. I'm not going to go through the whole install with you guys. If you're not very tech savvy and you don't know what I'm talking about the hard drive tray or a little plastic piece or anything like that, I'll link a description. I'll link a video down in the description for the Pro. If you have a standard and you choose to do internal, it's also very easy. I have a SSD in my standard as well. I run 2 PlayStations so I can play Black Desert and AFK and play other games at the same time. But that's pretty much everything regarding the technicalities of solid states, and I'm gonna go through and do an example here. Let's just load into um, Serendia to Red Battlefield. Now, it's currently changing servers, so you'll be able to see the load times on changing servers. And as we go through this, okay, so here's the load screen. It's going up, and my load screens are typically rather short. See, I'm already in game. And then it's gonna throw me in a Red Battlefield here, and oh, cannot be performed while in a party. My bad. I forgot to leave my party first. Now we can go to Red Battlefield. And we'll check the load times on Red Battlefield. And we're about in. So if your load times are shorter than this, I mean longer than this. Well, if they're shorter than this, so let me know. Let me know what you're doing, huh? Because I need in on that. If they're longer than this, probably by a landslide. Uh, Having an SSD will benefit you greatly. Solid states also help prevent hitting the invisible walls. And when you're like running through towns and stuff, they help with NPCs rendering in. They help with node wars, rendering in towers, barriers, nodes, whatever, anything like that. They also greatly increase the ability to see certain classes' abilities and whatnot. They're just overall, I can't put into words how game changing this is. Let me see if I can give you some demonstrations here with how fluid this is. I'm kind of tired, so my playstyle is not going to be A+. But look, you can see all the abilities. Everything flows smooth. I'm not getting any invisible lag. Everything's rendering in Red Battlefield like it should be. And if you're currently playing on a standard PlayStation with no SSD, you'll probably notice a big change in this alone. Like that guy just ultimated me, zero lag, zero rendering issues. I might be lagging a little bit when I actually upload this, but um, that guy does no damage to me. Um, there's literally all my abilities. I'm not gonna sit in here and do an entire Red Battlefield though, just to make a point. So, but I'm also, they might actually kill me. Yeah. Okay, so while I'm in here, I'll actually prove one more thing. Here's our RBF revival, and then you hit load screens when you revive, obviously, and you go back up top. So we're on about 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and we're about to land. 5, 6, about 6 seconds. 6 seconds for a complete. Every time you die, that's your average load screen with an SSD. I will drop a link down to the solid state that I have mentioned in here. If you choose to go a different route, um, that's on you. If you choose to save a couple bucks on going off-brand, that's on you. I personally already gave my opinion about, saving money on other things. This one's already relatively affordable. Now, the only thing I have to say about the whole size for those of you who I've seen people say, "Oh, get a 1 terabyte because it's faster." That's not how solid states work. Um, Size does not matter unless you go above 70% capacity. Once you get above 70% capacity of whatever your solid state is, then it can start bogging down a little bit, but you really don't notice anything crazy until it hits right around 90% or higher. Um, Regarding size though, I personally got a 1 terabyte. They're pretty cheap right now. They're only like 120 bucks. You can get a 500 gig, my bad, 500 gig for right around 80, and a 250 gig for right around 60 or 70. The minimum I would personally get is 500. You still get really good results with a 500. It's still enough for Black Desert and a couple other games. If you play a lot of games, though, there are many games that benefit from solid states. Black Desert benefits greatly. Path of Exile it is completely game changing as well with a solid state, and even in games that are every like big name titles like Destiny or Call of Duty, you load in faster than everybody else, and it's just all around good to have every game on. So if you are somebody that plays multiple games, I suggest spending the extra couple bucks and getting a bigger size. If you're strictly looking at this video because you play Black Desert and Black Desert's the only game you play, and you heard somebody talk about a solid state, I hope this helped. Uh, Stay tuned because I will be actually starting to make educational videos and tips and everything else on other MMOs coming out soon. I'm going to be diving into Spellbreak. I'm going to be diving into New World when it comes out, the Amazon game. Shadow Arena, I'm really looking forward to. And there's a couple others. There's actually Facebook groups for each one down in the description. Make sure you join those for whatever games you're interested in or whatever. They're going to be great. And make sure you also follow my Twitch. I go live. I don't have a schedule right now. It's kind of spontaneous, but soon I'll be setting a schedule depending on what days people want to see me on. But anytime I'm on, chat's pretty live. It gets real fun in there. Last time I was on, we had almost 80 people in there, so it's a good time, and I'm always down to answer any questions you have about Black Desert or any game that I've played, and any questions about any technical things. If you have problems with your solid state or anything like that, let me know, and I'll help you the best I can. And thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in next video.